You know, it's a huge challenge what the broadband plan tries to lay out as a vision for America. But if you think about it, the United States had the great blessing of being a real superpower in the industrial age, second to none. Provided the American dream for so many people. And I think there's a real question about whether America will be a great power in the information age and whether my children will be able to pursue the American dream in that context. And what we're firmly convinced of, which I think the plan reflects, is that we'll never get there without getting all Americans online and digitally literate as soon as we possibly can. Because our global competitiveness, their future careers prospects, all rest on our ability to do this successfully. And it's one of the reasons why it wasn't hard for Harold and I to agree to be part of an effort who's committed to reaching those national ambitions and a clear understanding of the way government and the private sector can work together. So we're having a ball.
In recent months, it seems to be a real pounding that the private sector is taking, that business is taking in the country. One of the great things about the National Broadband Plan is that in its initial form, I mean, it doesn't discourage private investment. It doesn't discourage an active and serious, and I would argue a sizable role for the private sector to play. So the members of Broadband for America not only ought to be proud, but ought to really applaud themselves. And I think Michael deserves a lion's share of the credit here in helping us to understand this process all the way through, and the work he's done with FCC and the continued dialogue he has with senior staff there, including the commissioner, the chairman, all in appropriate and all in the right ways, in ensuring that our interests, and for that matter, the interests of the consumer and interests of small businesses is reflected. So I think the plan, one of the other highlights of it is that it's one of the few times I think we've seen big policy be talked about in Washington recently where business is not being blamed for all the problems, or business is not being demonized. So I think that's
being
a big
enlisted,
positive.
Enlisted for a national goal and ambition. You know, I have to tell a story. The first time I met Harold, this is not the first time we had a chance to work together. I remember, as chairman of the FCC, my phone ringing and someone saying Congressman Harold Ford was on the phone, who I only knew by reputation. And I picked up the phone, and I still took the call. The first thing he said to me is, "You and me should know each other." And I couldn't have thought of a better thing to say. And we immediately put together a lunch date, and we sat down in the Capitol. And we talked about America and each other and our families and our commitment to this country. And we knew then that we really had a common, moderate, pragmatic view of what we do for a living. And so it's
we're here to announce today. I'm a Republican, he's a Democrat. That's how strong.
We're going to mutually switch simultaneously.
We're kidding. I get enough trouble as it is.